Hey.
Evidence gathered through torture complicated the government's
Ready to talk?
prosecutions at Guantanamo. There have only ever been 8 convictions, and 3
Yeah,
were
that's why I came upstairs.
You were one of the worst tortured in Guantanamo, so you're in a unique
Why don't you come and
position
sit
to
at the
ask
table so we can have a little meeting?
A little powwow.
Yep.
Margarita?
Yeah, thanks.
Do that one. And this one.
Something smells like it's burning. Smell it?
No, I don't have anything cooking.
Pilot's still running. I got the pilot on, but the flame won't kick on when I hit the switch. Yeah, pilot's on just fine. Anyway, to be honest with you, Jessica, this really has nothing to do with Dave at all. Just so you know.
Oh, okay, you brought him into it, so I'm just
No, I
having him
didn't.
here.
I emailed only you.
Yeah, but
personally.
you've mentioned his name several times in our
No, but it
arguments.
was all about you. It has nothing to do with David. Just so you understand, okay? I already told you how I feel.
That's fine. Yeah,
Okay?
you like David. That's good.
And
and-
as far as I'm concerned, yeah, there's nothing. Hold on, he's having problems. I have the phones right now. He's good. He's trying to forward to the wrong phone. Okay. Right, so you gotta figure it out.
Okay. So if you want, you can talk first, or I can talk
I've
first.
already pretty
said
much
everything
told
you need
you
to
everything
say?
that I needed to say.
Okay.
I mean, this is, it's now about Jessica.
It's about both of us. It's about resolving conflicts in a
It's about-
reasonable manner.
Okay.
Okay. So I took some notes so that I could touch on some stuff about some of the things you said to me. First thing I'll bring up is you said I have the inability to see the faults in myself. So I know what my faults are. I know that I'm unorganized. I know that sometimes I speak out of turn. I don't think about it, and I say things which I've been working on. I lash out and say things out of anger like a lot of people do. I apologize to
Well,
Mom
you're
for
saying a lot
that.
of
That was wrong of me to do. I shouldn't have lashed out at her the way that I did because of my anger towards the way you approached me.
See, again, right there. It's because of me that you lashed out at her. Okay, and everything you just said, it's always about external things. It's always about somebody else causing you issues. So one of the things I said was, and your mother will testify.
Mom, can you come sit
have-
down with us?
You do not apologize for anything. If we ask you, Jessica, would you please clean the kitty litter? Your response is, your kitty litter's dirty. That's a typical, always response from
But
you
you're
anytime.
leaving the track of what she was getting on. The reason that she cited you, why she was upset, is because you came storming downstairs and yelled at her. That's why she was upset. Your actions led to her being upset. Doesn't matter what you had to say, it's your actions.
Well, no.
And
it
you
was-
say
it's
actions
storming.
speak louder than words.
We can hear you stomping across the floor, slinging the door open, running downstairs, and you immediately start yelling. You've done that 3 times since we've lived here?
Twice, but both times, well, yesterday, perfect example, I mean, and you see the comments. Your comments were I meant nothing by it. I can see where, maybe you thought I was bashing on you about having the space heater. It was actually more of a comment that we didn't have a space heater. But But your comment on Facebook publicly, not one-to-one, but in a public
But you brought
setting.
her into it by stating her name.
Yeah, you stated my name, so
By
why
you
am I
putting
not
her
allowed to
name-
comment?
Right,
You
and I apologize.
brought her into a public setting.
That she had a space heater.
Well, you
You
said
made it
you
sound
said
like you
I
were
don't have
struggling and
anything.
freezing,
Jessica
and then
has the heater in her
she
room.
was
Like
doing
you're
all right.
struggling because of
I
me.
didn't say struggling at all. If you read my email at all, I mean, if you read the statement, there
You
was
made it
nothing.
seem like it was because you sacrificed the space heater for me that
No,
you're
and
struggling.
did
so
you
I
see what
said
I
it's not
posted?
that
And you're right,
bad.
you're
So I
right.
said it's not that bad, and
You're right.
you lashed out at me because you didn't like that I voiced my opinion on a post that you
bad.
said my name. I said it's not that bad. I pointed out all the reasons why it's not that bad, and you got
Not
upset.
that bad. No, you didn't say anything about not that bad.
Yes, it is.
I have the screenshot. I said
Okay.
exactly that.
Then why is it that the interpretation from somebody that had known nothing about it was, oh, your daughter put you in your place.
Because from his view, he saw that you were sacrificing and being cold so that your daughter could stay warm. And then she says, no, the facts are that.
Facts
the
are,
fridge-
I get all the work. I
No,
get
the
all
facts are
thing.
that the fridges are running, the TVs are working.
Which I stated.
And I said
No,
it's
no,
not that
no,
bad.
In the initial, right,
Not
but I
initial,
came back,
so
you're
the-
right. I
we-
went back and looked at it, and
Right.
you're right, I could have said it better.
Right. So
Okay, but
it
mine
all-
wasn't
what-
negative.
The point of what we're doing right now is to stop this from happening further on down the road.
This was a microcosm of a whole lot of other stuff.
But that's just it.
This
That's
is the
it.
last thing that happened, and you're right. I was absolutely furious.
Something
'cause
small happens and it gets
I
blown out of
wasn't right.
proportion.
I
and
was
then it
not
snowballs.
attacking. When I mentioned your name, I did not mean it in a malicious way at all. I was just stating.
No.
And again, it was more of
And
more
she
of a
did-
side joke because you don't go anywhere without
Mom,
a
come
space
here.
heater.
And she didn't.
Okay.
She didn't take it as attacking, but she did feel.
When you came downstairs, that was
Well, that was
at that
after
point.
you'd already
Yeah, after I
responded
commented.
with, oh, we did this, we did that. You've been staying in a hotel for the last 3 days, 2 days.
You stayed. You did. I mean,
was-
everything
because
I
was
said
working,
was true.
Because I
Yeah, but
hired you
I was
because
trying to say
it
it's
was a
not
whole
that
lot-
bad. I don't want
and it
people
wasn't.
pitying
And
because
my
it wasn't
statement
that
was
bad.
that it wasn't that we're, again,
So
we're making
that
do.
okay, so that was all I was
And I
saying.
played it off. The whole point is that, throughout the last several years, you don't accept any responsibility. Jake asked her to go to dinner. She didn't say, I got an appointment.
I said that after.
Exactly. Now that should have been the first thing you said. She invited you to go to dinner. I'm sorry, Mom.
Yes, that's true.
I would have, I've already got an
I
appointment.
addressed that with Mom, and I apologized that I.
But
that I
again, then you
that.
did the exact same thing when we were leaving and we said, she'd send you an email. Hey, we got bagels up here if you guys are hungry. And you could have said, thanks, Mom. That's
You're right.
very thoughtful.
You're
but
right.
no, you lashed out at her again.
You're right.
And this is not a isolated incident, Jessica. This has been a consistent issue. Anytime we say anything, Jessica, pick up your laundry. Well, your laundry's not picked up. Jessica,
that's not
get your dishes. Your dishes aren't picked up.
Well, that's not
Or-
true. That's not true. I've never said
Jessica,
anything. I
you
said the
never-
laundry room needs to be cleaned out.
That's right. That was not the point. The point was you, not
Why
other
is it
stuff.
only my
No,
faults that are being addressed and nobody else's though?
Because you are the one that constantly deflects anything.
Well, shouldn't you guys be responsible for things you have to take care of
But
as
again,
well?
you were responding.
Aren't we
your
tenants
response
here
is,
when we're paying you to live here?
No.
Doesn't that make us tenants here?
what does that have to do with cleaning up?
No, I don't have a
I asked
problem
you,
cleaning
again, we
up.
asked you to clean
It's
the
the way
kitty
you
litter,
go about
and
it,
it's
though.
your response is always, well, your kitty litter's not clean.
I did say that too.
It's also the way that you go about asking me for things. If you give respect, you get respect. So if you say, "Hey, can
Jessica,
you do
have
this
not
for
given
me?"
us
I
any
will.
respect.
I haven't given
None.
you any respect.
You are so disrespectful to me. Don't look at David, look at me.
Okay.
Look at me. Okay, you've been carrying a chip on your shoulder, this freaking big, forever, about me. Like I did something, like I was some horrible freaking parent to you. And I mean, this is what I've been dealing with forever. Now, I play past it because you are my daughter. And despite what you think, I do take that very seriously. And watching out for the best interest of my kids. And I've always thought that. Yeah, there are things that I could have done or should have done better. Absolutely. Okay?
Well, I mean, it should have addressed it. If you felt that way, that she was being disrespected for so long, you should have addressed the issue way back when, 7 years ago. But it's not healthy to bring up the past. What we need to do is try to come up with a solution so that we don't have conflicts in the future.
Good. No,
we can sit here and go over a million things.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, David. You're absolutely right.
If you disagree with
well,
her,
yeah, we haven't lived together, so that's brought up.
We live together, we work together. I mean, there's a lot of different aspects in it, but we just need to come up with a solution when there's a disagreement or disrespect, or something is asked. A solution so that nothing snowballs out of control again, and people are hurt or angered or etc.
Well, my thing is too, I mean, I shouldn't have to ask you to clean your bathroom, to bring your dishes up, to get, I mean, you're 27 years old, and both of you should be taking care of the basement. I shouldn't have to say.
Right, we
tried
to at our
pretty clean
best.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, that kitty litter, your dad almost freaking vomited.
Yeah, the cat litter was bad.
I've never seen anything that bad, and that's been addressed before.
Okay, so we'll take care of the
cat
kitty
litter's
litter.
been addressed, but I clean the cat litter pretty good. I take care of my cat pretty good. Yes, the last couple days without power, it wasn't my top priority to clean the litter box.
Well, that was more than a couple days worth of.
No, because I just cleaned it out.
Yeah, he did.
I never saw anything like that.
There had to be shit from.
They were
okay.
No,
That's
it's not,
okay.
It's not weeks. I honestly.
It wasn't. He cleans it out pretty
Whatever.
regularly.
I was gagging in there.
Okay.
And the fact that I needed your help yesterday. Jessica's telling me, you both didn't get my text. All I asked.
didn't say you didn't get her
But that
text.
stems from attacking her and yelling at her earlier in that day.
I didn't want to talk to you at the time,
wait a
and my
minute,
phone was
but
still
she
dying.
attacked her prior to that.
No, this all goes back to the Facebook post.
Yeah.
And you coming
never
downstairs
attacked
and yelling
Mom.
at her. That was what started this whole thing.
Wait, no.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Because guess what? When we were here on Thursday, and and your mom's, or Friday, your mom called, said, I said, be nice, we'll do my birthday dinner on Friday, we'll invite you guys. And she goes, I'll invite Jessica.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was at the office.
So, and that's where this thing started, where she invited Jessica, and that's what really got me started, was she invited you, and I knew because you had already told me she had an appointment, and instead of that being your first response, as you know, you went off on Mom about how we're squeezing you for rent and everything else.
I didn't go off on her. We already addressed it. Yeah, we already addressed that. I apologized to her for it. I accepted that I was wrong.
Right, but yesterday, her not responding was because of how you acted.
The text that you sent me, I would love for you to read it out loud. It was the text and the emails, very, very disrespectful. And I wasn't responding to you. I wasn't responding, but you
I
were
was here
being
for 2 hours
very,
trying to get this all set up.
very
I had a
disrespectful.
simple freaking question.
No, but
Okay,
I
you
said
could have
that.
answered.
I get
That would have saved me freaking hours of having to go through
He
all that
wanted to talk to
bullshit.
David.
We
What
were
does that
talking-
have?
I get that, but
Well, no, there's no but. You ignored me. You guys ignored me. I don't care what the reason. Okay, you're responding because I was nasty.
We still responded to you.
That was hours later.
It took
Yeah,
like
because
2 hours. We were
because
busy.
the
We have
initial
lives. We have
response-
things going
the
on.
initial response would have
And
been
my phone was
ugly.
dying, and so was his. And it would have snowballed because we
The
were
initial
already fighting.
response would have been ugly.
No, there wasn't.
There's
It was just
nothing
you
wrong
yelling
with-
at me.
There's
but-
nothing wrong with taking time to cool down and collecting your emotions and your thoughts.
Well, it was like 2:30. I said, David, Benji's phone is dead. Please call him. is
He
what I
called
said.
him at like 4:30.
No, I think it was like
It
5:30 or.
was 6. It was after, but it was
It was
hours.
later.
It was hours after
Yeah, like
I
2
had
hours
just spent
later.
over an hour fucking with that thing. Then we had them dealing with the freaking the cat litter, the salt was gone, then we had to run to the grocery store to buy more cat litter because you didn't have any cat litter. It was just, and I mean, but it was, again, I had to work down there for over an hour in that utility
Right,
room.
which
And it was very frustrating to me where this had nothing to do with, I was, again,
You were
I
lashing
was
out
said,
at me.
no, I
Okay.
specifically said, I need to talk to Dave for a minute.
After you lashed out in like 5 different emails, and then you said
No,
that.
no. That all came
When
I
much
can
later.
look back.
The emails didn't even start till this morning.
I'm talking
Okay,
about
I
in the
sent you
text
one
message. I'm
text.
sorry, did I say email? I meant
I
text.
sent one text to you
No, you sent me
yesterday.
several text messages. Like you can look back on them if you want and read them.
I got them right here. I see.
Yeah, and then all the
thanks for your help.
Oh wait,
And
wait,
then
go
there's
back
one
up. No,
email.
go back. Go back.
Go back where?
Go back up. Go
Thanks
back
for
down.
your help. No heat.
Yeah, all of that.
Oh, your mother offered you bagels and you blasted her.
Yeah, and then you
Great
read
job, Jess.
Then read the rest.
That's right. My decision, because you were getting mad at her about the rent situation.
I told her I felt at
I
the
was
time.
so upfront with you guys for day one about come April we were going to renegotiate
And-
because I really
and a renegotiate should be like this.
and it was
That's
no. I said
No.
I
No,
said
I was,
600.
David wasn't
no, I was
involved.
downstairs. You had called me up to look at the flyer for Suburban. I went back downstairs. She came back up here for something, and then you guys talked about it.
Yeah,
And
it
you
was
said-
totally. She said
that-
600.
Well, that's not really a negotiation
What are you
because
talking
it
about?
involves me too. I should be here, a part of that, and
But it was a negotiation, Dave. She said, she goes, well, how much more are you gonna charge me? I said, I don't know. I was thinking 600.
Okay,
And she goes,
so
that's really a lot.
600 plus a third of the utility.
Plus a third. And I said, and again, so I came back and I said, okay, Jess, you're right. Well, we'll do it 450, and then you pay a third of the utilities. And that is a negotiation.
But
I made an offer, you made a counter offer.
But see, if I was there, I would have said, okay, well, would you rather have, close to what we're paying right now for 6 months, or a higher rent for 2 months? You know what I mean? Because
I want you guys to get a house,
right?
okay?
Right.
I mean,
So if you raise the rent, then
You're
we're
saying it
good.
would take you that much longer.
No, we would be looking. Okay,
well,
instead
like Jessica said, if I would have not charged her rent, you guys would have
no,
got
I
it.
mean,
right?
what I'm saying is that
I didn't put it that way.
if you raise the rent to what we would be paying for as like mortgage, the price of that we're looking at 600 plus a third is more than what would be
Right,
paying
but I
for
told
mortgage.
her.
Oh, you came down to 450.
But first of all, I
Right,
had to
right.
come down to 450. So I mean, that was, that is a negotiation. I had to start at
450 plus a third of all,
Plus a
so it
third
would
of
come out to
utilities,
6
which
to
is-
700 probably.
which is still.
That's very
But that's
high.
more expensive than the mortgages that we're looking at.
Yes,
right now.
that's very high. That's I
So
mean, there's
my question
not
to
a
you would have
negotiation
been:
for
would you
us.
rather have 300 or 450 or whatever for 6 months, or however long, or have the 600-700 for 2 months? Because if we start paying that much, we're gonna start looking and get out a lot sooner, so that our money is going towards
our mortgage.
I want it to.
Right, right.
I wanted to go to a mortgage. I told you that right up front. This whole point is this was supposed to help you. 300 a
Right.
month.
And
It
it,
has, and we're glad.
and you guys should have been socking away money. As your mom said, you should have set up a separate account. I even said to you a few months ago, you guys need to set a budget.
Yeah, and we have,
Okay,
and
for
we've
yourselves.
discussed it with you. That's
Okay.
another thing that's another thing I didn't understand when you said I refuse to show you. I discussed with you verbally what our budget was going to be 2 different times. I discussed with
A
you.
budget is something you write down. This is how much money you come.
We
you have
already know
coming
what it
in.
is, though. You know what I mean? We already have that figured out. That's me and David
That's-
to figure out.
Yeah.
That's us.
Again, I
But-
mean, you haven't shared that with me, so I don't know what you.
I did share it with you, Dad. I talked to you about it. I know
I
you
mean-
maybe don't remember, but I did.
Jake, do you remember? them
I don't
sharing
think
any
that I
budget
don't think
with us?
Mom was around when I
Not to
did.
me.
So you say in your email, this is a big thing I want to bring up. At this point in our life, There is no differentiating personal and business.
when it comes to trust.
You still didn't explain how I
When
broke
it
your
comes to
trust. How would I break your trust over a disagreement, over me saying something I shouldn't have
It's not just a
said?
disagreement. I mean, you have been vindictive. What happened yesterday when your mom was offering you stuff and then you go off on her, that's vindictive.
That's something
Okay,
I
that's called
apologize for.
displaced
That's
anger.
Yeah, and that's what
Okay,
you're portraying.
that is part of the trust. When I ask you, I really needed to talk to Dave yesterday, and you tell me point blank, looking at me, and you say in the text, oh, both our phones are dead.
That our phones were dying, yeah, and
Dying,
we were out,
but
and
you
we were
saw
out in
my-
Stockbridge.
But no, we already established that you ignored my thing after you told me.
No,
well,
I
our phones
ignored
were
your
dead.
previous responses before that.
No.
And then
You
when I saw
ignored
that you were
calling me
texting about
yesterday
David.
when I needed help.
Okay.
Okay, that.
But that,
How were you treating me yesterday,
but
Dad?
then, that goes back to
How were you
yelling
treating me?
at
What were
her.
you saying?
Jessica,
Read
if
that
you
long
would've-
text
if you
you
would have
sent
came
me.
down and approached it in a calm manner and said, Jessica, I don't like the way that you sound in your Facebook post. I meant no harm towards you, and just talked about it in a calm manner, then you would have stopped everything that snowballed for the rest of that day. You would have
Well,
called,
okay.
I would have answered, told you what needed, what to do, done. But
I came down and I asked. I
no,
said,
you didn't come down and
Jessica.
ask.
He heard you. He
I
could
said,
hear you.
Jessica, you need to delete that post right now. Those were my
Because you
those
said-
are my words to her when I walked
But
out.
it wasn't.
Yelling.
You
It
didn't
wasn't
come down.
yelling.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. You were
I
screaming.
screamed at her and said, "Don't turn off take that post down right now."
Yeah.
No, I said matter of fact.
No,
You
you
need to
didn't.
pull that.
Absolutely
and you,
not.
and you were taking me off Facebook. Whatever. That was just little salt in the wound. When I point blank said I wasn't going to take you off Facebook, I just wanted you to remove that post because it was absolutely out of line.
It wasn't
My-
out of line. It was not.
Well, Dave, guess what? I disagree with you. Because
Okay,
again,
we
my post was not at all attacking you. You attacked me. We did this. You've been in a hotel for 2 days. Fine. You want to freaking tell my whole freaking life story?
But I already told you why. Your post sounded like you were suffering and she was living in luxury, warm.
There was nothing
Yeah,
about
it did.
suffering.
Yes, it did, but
It
it's
was
fine.
just, look, we're
We
going
can
to
agree to disagree with
I don't
it
even
then.
know what was on there, so I'm in the dark.
We can
of what you
agree
guys
to
are
disagree.
about the Facebook.
But that,
Well,
I mean,
no,
that's why
I
you.
mean, again, I did go back and I did clarify. It wasn't that the space heater. I'm sorry if I misspoke.
You
I don't
didn't
know.
say that.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Well, it's because you didn't read it.
No, I read it. I know you didn't say I'm sorry if I misspoke. You
Hold
said
on,
it's
hold
all
on,
true.
hold
You
on.
said
No,
it's
no,
all
no, no,
true.
no. Don't say anything.
Even
more.
if you said that, that was still after you already came down and yelled.
Yeah,
at
that
you
was
and moved it.
afterward.
Oh, it definitely was after because I was trying to figure out
Okay, so
internally why it was that again what I did this time.
What?
Okay, it's always something.
Right.
That,
We can go. We can
it's
go. in the
real.
past.
That's right. Well,
But
this has
we're-
been. That's
we're-
why I said, Dave. This has been going on forever. You're
David's
right.
been with
It's
me
just
for 4
coming
years.
out
He knows
now
everything
because
that's happening.
again, Jessica has blamed me for everything that goes wrong in her life. It's because she's had such terrible parents that are freaking totally.
And she,
When have
you
I
know
ever
what?
said that? When
You
have
know
I
what?
ever
to say
said
it.
that?
You don't have to say
We've
it.
been together for almost 4 years now, and she has never said that she has terrible parents and she blames them for everything wrong in her life. But
Never. That's
she
very
has
insulting
said
that you suggest
she
that.
has said that you make her feel little, and you belittle her, and you call her stupid and pathetic, and you have.
You
I
have.
called her stupid.
David
I
has
have
heard
heard
you, so don't even lie
conversations
about it.
When we were living in Fowlerville, of you calling her over some work issue and calling her stupid, and yeah,
He's
you might
heard
be hot
everything.
and mad about the situation, not thinking what you're saying, and not remember it, but I've heard. Before I met you, I didn't like you. Based on what I heard, you telling her.
Was I
But-
talking to her as an employer at the time?
Yes. But
And
you gotta,
I
but
don't
you gotta
remember the situation.
Right,
I
right.
don't. But
But
again,
there was-
she was more goes back to when she said I said it when we were kids.
Right.
Which
You did too.
yeah.
And like I said, we can go back and rehash everything and find the root of it, or we can squash it now and figure out how to resolve further conflicts.
Which is what I want to do. I mean, we could sit here and talk
'Cause if
about
you
the
wanna go
past all
back
day. I can
and-
bring every single thing
No,
up that I
wanna go
remember.
back,
no,
then-
she
I can bring every
disrespected-
single up.
She absolutely disrespected
But-
Jake.
But
And
respect
this
is a two-way road. And
okay,
you-
we've given her respect for a long time. What she did the last few days was absolutely out of line. Now, granted, okay, I'll admit, if I came down there and I was very pissed off, yes. I
And what
would.
about the things you said in email that I didn't respond to? The horrible things you have said terrible things to me, and
After
that's
you went off on
and
my
that's
wife,
an e-base.
are you freaking, you took off the gloves when you freaking went off on her on Friday and Saturday morning.
Once again,
You took
this
off
has
the
already been
gloves.
discussed with me and
No,
Mom.
you were
That's
asking me,
me saying that's
that
what
is
got
why
me
you got the
upset.
freaking emails.
That's
Is
why I
because
was
of you, the
upset.
way you disrespected her.
then
Then
see
all-
that,
then all-
but
that
see,
was-
that you know, you don't say that's when you took off the gloves. You say you need to talk to her and sit down and have a nice calm and talk and work it out. Don't just yell or scream or
Well,
stop.
no, I
or
wasn't yelling. After
send an
that,
ass-
the
or send
Facebook
an-
was done and
I
all
mean,
that
just
was.
what has to happen for future conflicts to be prevented? There's a lot. It's what
Yeah,
we need to
that's
figure
what
out.
we're trying to figure out. That's why we're addressing everything
so,
that you said.
If you're
And I'm
upset with
still
her,
not clear on what I
I'm-
lied about. You never addressed what did I lie about.
I think that goes back to when I invited you to go to dinner and you kept saying, no, I can't. And then I think like the third time that I said, come on, you guys, and you said, no, I have an appointment.
After
then
you
I
already
came-
told her about.
I didn't really want to talk
Oh.
about my appointment anyways,
no,
though.
I
I
know,
didn't
I
want to
mean,
have to
no,
bring it
you
up.
were-
That's the whole reason.
No, when I invited you, you said, well, no, it'll be a lot cheaper if you guys just go, because I know Dad said you need money now or something, we're struggling, and that it'll be cheaper for you. And I said, no, that's not the point. I mean, I wouldn't invite you guys.
Yeah, but I really sincerely felt that way. That wasn't me
Jessica, it was
trying
your
to
dad's
attack.
birthday dinner. I mean, we always go to dinner for
Also,
whoever's
it was
birthday.
last minute though. You guys, I wish you would have like told me a little bit in advance because you had
Okay,
already
but
made the
point
reservation.
is, like your dad, you should have just said at that point, Mom, I can't, I have an appointment, because that's
Yeah.
what it all was. It's not anything about,
It's
not-
that too.
no, you had an appointment, you couldn't have gone, Jess, so you should have said that.
Well, I could have canceled my appointment,
No,
but
but
yeah.
instead of turning it around to me to say, well, it'll be cheaper for you, you can't really afford it, you know, and you're raising our rent because Dad says you need money. That's what you came back with when I invited you to dinner. No, let
I
me
don't-
finish. So when I invited you, instead of saying, that's what I'm saying, how you will back, you know, you'll throw things back. You should have just said, I have an appointment, Mom, you know, we can't, and I would have been, okay, fine.
You're
but-
right. I could have just said
Yeah,
that.
that would have
and-
been the way, so that's what upset me and
Yeah.
It's about accepting responsibility, or when somebody, when she says, Jessica, can you do this? Jessica, can you do that? That you don't respond with, well, you don't do that. You just say, okay, Mom, let me help you. Because your mom has been helping you your entire life.
Right.
Anything you ever need from your mother, she's always there for you.
That's
Always.
true. That's damn true.
And again, but again, from my observation, you do not reciprocate that at all.
Don't reciprocate that how.
When your mom needs your help,
like when we have family, Chris is like, she helps me more than you or Sammy ever have. Chris is right there. She helps me put stuff out. And when I asked you, well, you're the one that wanted this. You said to me, our last get together here with all the people we had and everything. Those were your exact words. You're the one that wanted this. And then you said, I think you said to your dad,
Well,
you guys, let me finish. You guys don't like to help me because your dad doesn't help me. That's what you said. And I'm like, really? Daughters are supposed to help their
I never
mothers.
said that. I think Sammy might have said that.
Was that said, dear? Because you got really upset and said, you don't see what all I do to help your mom. No, Jessica.
that was you.
Thank you.
So, see,
But
and this is the thing,
my
it's always
point is-
denial. All I'm
Right,
asking, and you're
from
right,
your-
I mean,
Daughters-
this is good that we're talking, because
Yes, it is.
again,
But daughters should help them. I shouldn't have to say,
Well,
we have 30 family here. You're my daughter. And you're living here. You should want to help me. Mom, let me get, clean the table, load the dishwasher, whatever. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
what
stuck
about-
doing, well, like I said, Chris will help me, Stu will help me, even Grandma Carol. What can I do to help? Yeah, the more people that could help, boy, that'd be a whole lot better for me. But those were your exact words to me. Mom, you're the one that wanted this. That's what you said, Jessica.
okay. I understand that sounds like it's coming
mean,
from a
you-
hurtful place.
Well,
Can
yeah.
I,
mean, if you have, especially your daughters. You see how I helped Grandma. I mean, I was always there for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do with your mom. You know.
You're right, Mom, and I think that the biggest reason why I hesitate to help you with things is I feel that you get very revved up and you get very angry when things are happening and it's stressful and it stresses me out. And so I think if you were a little bit calmer and a
Well,
little
I'm
bit
stressed
more
out
just
because I've got
Okay,
so
and let me
much.
just
Yeah,
stop both of
yeah.
you right there.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
This
Let me
is
talk to
exactly-
Mom.
it's
This is a
deflecting.
this is a
But you put
discussion.
it back on her. You said because you're stressed out.
It
That's
stresses
talking
me
about-
out.
she's
It
talking about how
stresses
she
me out.
feels.
I'm talking
She's
about how I
talking-
feel.
yeah.
Can I not have feelings?
No, you can have plenty of feelings.
Okay,
but I'm
you
saying
obviously-
you deflect.
you
You
need to
constantly
work-
deflect.
Okay.
If anything that's asked of you,
this isn't
look, I love
deflecting.
having the kids here. Okay, I really enjoy it, and your mom and Jake does too. We like having little kids running around the house. It's a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work, and it is a lot of money. Those kids freaking eat. It's not a freaking house at home. Okay, your mother. I mean, I got up Sunday morning. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but again, because I knew she was wore out. Did she not ask you for help on Saturday? Did you help her with the grilled cheese sandwiches or
I
did ask her
did.
to make the grilled cheese sandwiches.
I made everything on Saturday. I made the grilled cheese and I made breakfast for all the kids. And I made yeah, and I helped with dinner on Friday night. Yeah. So anyways, that's irrelevant
Well,
because that's a
venting
fun
about
thing.
that as well. That you weren't helping.
Well, again,
her.
that's something Mom should vent to me about, not you so much, because if it's a problem
But
she has
because
with
when
me,
she does
we should
ask you,
discuss
she
it.
already asked you.
So she should discuss it with me if she's saying,
if you walk away
know what,
when she
Jessica,
asks you, what is she supposed to do?
I've never walked away from Mom when she's asking me to
Well,
do
anyways,
something.
but your dad
Well,
even
it's not
got
anyways.
Well-
This is the point. When you ask her anything,
And,
to help
and
you.
what I'm asking you is to not attack me, and you still continue to do it through emails and texts.
you're
That
right. I was
hasn't
furious
changed.
this weekend. I apologize. I mean, I don't apologize for a
And
lot of
I
stuff
said
I
that
said
too. I said that
in the
too.
email. Because I think these are things that needed to come out.
Okay.
These are my observations. Personal growth, accepting responsibility.
Which is what I want you to work on as well.
Saying, you know what, I fucked up. Okay, and again, look.
I've
of the
already
three
said-
kids-
I've already
No,
apologized.
no. I'm just overall.
Saying, I'm
Over
sorry
the
in
three,
general.
of the three of the youth kids, obviously, you know, you're the one that's actually most like me. And I had that same problem with discipline, with accepting responsibility, with you know, trying, you know, because again, if I accept responsibility